Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Pokémon Platinum After Game. Last time, it was all about legendary Pokémon. I went over Pokémon I cannot legally obtain in this series through Wi-Fi events that are dead because Wi-Fi's dead for the Nintendo DS, as well as we caught the final roaming legendary Pokémon of Sinnoh, Cresselia, plus we saved a boy from a nightmare or something, I don't know. Anyways, really quickly before we get to this episode, which is actually about the final two legendaries overall that we're gonna be catching, hopefully, in this episode, in this series, rather. I hope I catch both in this episode. But I quickly wanted to mention that during my, 10-minute monologue of the Pokemon I couldn't legally obtain, the bottom screen area of the layout featured me going through Mount Coronet and the Turnback Cave to get 3 different orb items, but I quickly want to just show them off again right now on the main screen, just in case the screen was too small for the top screen being on the bottom area. So basically, in Mount Coronet, at that one waterfall area, about 4 floors deep into Mount Coronet, if you use Waterfall, scale it, and enter the cave in there, you can find a hidden stone plate, as well as the Adamant and Lustrous orbs. Now, both of these orbs are for Dialga and Palkia respectively, and you need them in order to activate them appearing at the Spear Pillar, because that's what we're doing in this episode. We're going to the Spear Pillar and catching Dialga and Palkia. You can do this as soon as you defeat the Sunny Shore Gym, but I figured I'd just save it to the very end. But nonetheless, the other orb that we got is the Greasius orb. I think that's how you say it. Greasius, Gressorus, whatever. No, it's G-R-I, not G-R-E, so Greasius. But the Greasius orb is for Giratina. Now, I don't remember the name of its other form, where it's standing on all legs. But with the Greasius orb equipped to Giratina, it will remain in the form known as the origin form in which you first encountered it in the Distortion World. Basically, you need to head through the Turnback Cave, you need to pass 3 stone pillars within 30 rooms, and then the very next room you go in leads to a room that leads to a portal for the Distortion World, and at the end of the Distortion World area is the Greasius orb, and like I said, that allows Giratina in battle and outside of battle going forward to remain in its origin form instead of standing on all legs. And I should mention, if you didn't catch Giratina in the Distortion World, you do have a chance to recapture it in Turnback Cave, but you need to pass the 3 pillars, and it basically appears over the portal to the Distortion World. And if you catch it, you can just enter Distortion World right away. I believe Giratina is still level 47 at this point if you had to go recapture it, but I could be wrong. Nonetheless, though, we are here in Celestic Town, if you couldn't tell before, because we have the Dialga and we have the Palkia wood carvings in front of the Celestic Mine here. Before we go speak to Cynthia's grandmother, which triggers Dialga and Palkia at the Spear Pillar, I quickly want to go back in the Celestic Mine and re-examine the painting here of Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf. This cave painting, it's always been described this way. The light in the center represents either Dialga or Palkia appearing at the Spear Pillar. The 3 lights around it were thought to be Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. May I continue? But then, I realized that there may be another way of interpreting this. Could this triangle of lights actually represent a different trio? Could they be Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina instead? And the large light at their center, does it represent something else? Could it be what created this world of ours? May I continue for a little bit longer? Thank you for listening to my theory. Do you know of the ancient plates? They find all over Sinnoh? One of them had this engraved on it: two beings of time and space set free from the original one. I think this quote, too, points to the presence of another Pokémon. A Pokémon even more powerful than Dialga or Palkia. Does that sound plausible to you? I'm not quite sure how Giratina fits into the scheme of things, but it's said that in the Distortion world, neither time nor space were stable. I think that tells us something about Giratina, the only Pokémon there. It must have been as powerful as Dialga and Palkia, the rulers of time and space. In some way, though, Giratina has to have a power opposite of theirs. I'm sorry this took so long. May I say one last bit? A long time ago, I wonder what sort of person painted this. Dialga's Roar of Time, Palkia's Spatial Rend. To the people back then, those Pokémon really must have appeared to rule over time and space. Seeing them must have shaken the people to their very core. This painting represents those feelings of awe, wonder, and everything else. It passed that memory to countless people, eventually becoming a myth. That's what I believe as a researcher of myths. I think I let myself get carried away and talked for far too long. I'm sorry, and thank you. Let's meet again. Very interesting theory from Cynthia there. Is her theory correct? I don't know. It seems plausible enough. But with that, I don't know if that helps trigger Dialga and Palkia, but I wanted to show that off anyway. But as far as I know, talking to Cynthia's grandmother is the only way, but I wanted to talk to Cynthia just in case. Anyway, Cynthia's grandmother, how are you doing?
Well, hello. You look good. I did some research of my own since that spot of trouble last time. Mount Coronet's acting up had me very concerned, too. Well, this is what I found in the shrine. It's a book, but it's quite old. Let me read a bit for you. The bearer of the shining adamant orb summons Dialga to the spear pillar. The guardian Pokémon of time will answer the call. The bearer of the shining lustrous orb summons Palkia to the spear pillar. The Pokémon that binds the spatial dimensions will answer the call. It seems the people of long ago met both Dialga and Palkia, the Pokémon of time and space.
Well, there you have it. Dialga and Palkia are now active at Mount Coronet. So, well, the spear pillar on top of Mount Coronet. So, I'm gonna go cut ahead until we get to the top of the spear pillar, and then we can start catching Dialga and Palkia. And I should mention I am covered when it comes to Ultra Balls, Timer Balls, and I even have some specialty Pokeballs that could help pass the time. So, to Mount Coronet we go! We have arrived at the spear pillar, and what awaits us up top is a diamond crystal. On the other side of the rift, in a fantastically bizarre place, it's Dialga! Will you challenge Dialga? Yes. Say hello to the mascot of Pokémon Diamond, Dialga, level 70, Steel Dragon type, pressure for the ability. With the moves, Roar of Time, Earth Power, Slash, and Heal Block. Here we go. Oh man, I am very nervous about what is gonna happen. These Pokemon are very high leveled compared to my team, about 5 or so levels. So I'm nervous in terms of how much damage I can deal to them, and how much they will be able to deal with me. Roar of Time! Drifblim survived? What? Whoa! Okay then. Let us go for a fly. Yeah, Dialga is gonna be the more challenging one to capture, in all honesty, because Dialga has a lot of resistances, whereas Palkia doesn't. So, we're gonna be spending more of our time here with Dialga than Palkia. At least I hope. I would be very disappointed if Palkia took a lot longer than Dialga is gonna take. And that's gonna do it for Drifblim, by the way, thanks to another Roar of Time. Okay, let's see here. What are we gonna do? I could go for... By the way, I don't have either Infernape or Gastrodon on me. So this is very bad, actually. Because they can hit harder than everybody else. So, it's just a matter of getting lucky, I guess, with the Pokemon I have here. I don't know why I still have Golbat on me. I forgot to take Golbat off the team from the last episode. Alright. Dialga needs to recharge, obviously. So, what we're gonna basically try to do is hit this thing with Crunches. If we could lower its defense, that'd be pretty cool, but we're probably gonna be Roared of Time to the next dimension, in all honesty. Yeah, I was kind of hoping Drapion could pull Drifblim there, but I guess not. Okay, let's see. I mean, it's kind of a good thing we have Bibarel and Golbat on us. Well, Bibarel is a given, because we needed Waterfall and Surf now that we didn't have Gastrodon, and Strength. But, it helps to be our heal fodder, also, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna revive Drifblim. And I get the feeling Bibarel's not surviving. Oh, wait a minute, no. It needs to recharge, correct? Yes. Okay, so I do get an extra turn. Perfect. But what I'm gonna do is heal up Drifblim. Drifblim is gonna be my main ticket with Dialga here. Although, Drapion did do a lot of damage in terms of bringing down its health. So, that was great for us. However, Roar of Time isn't great for Bibarel. Yeah, Bibarel got blown way back just now. Alright. Yes, we will use the next Pokemon. I believe Roar of Time has only 5 PP and it's used it like 4 times now. So, let's go with Bronzong here. And let's see if we can maybe get a little bit of more damage on this thing. I think going for an extra sensory would be okay. I was thinking of going with Charge Beam, but, you know, extra sensory might do more. Oh yeah, that definitely did a good amount. Okay. Let's go for one more extra sensory, if we can survive this Roar of Time, that is. And if we do hit the extra sensory, it should bring Dialga down to red health. Oh my god, Bronzong! You beast! Well, I might have a new plan here with Bronzong being the tank. Oh my goodness, Bronzong, that was awesome. But as you can see here, I have Dusk Balls even though they're not necessary. Well, they're not useful because I'm recording during the daytime instead of at night. So Ultra Balls, Timer Balls, and Nest Balls, which are effective against water and bug Pokemon. You'll see why we have Nest Balls a little bit later. But for now, let's just start chucking Ultra Balls. 1. Well, That's a good start. It shook once on the first Pokeball. That is very, very good for a start. Now, the question is, do I hit it with a confusion? Oh, I can't because of, I can't hit it with a confusion because of, choice specs. If I wasn't choice specs, I probably would hit it with a confusion. Just to see 1, 2, 3. Well, okay. I did not expect the second Ultra Ball to catch Dialga. Alright then. Dialga, the temporal Pokemon, a legendary Pokemon of Sinnoh. It is said that time flows when Dialga's heart beats. Look at how much Dialga weighs and how tall it is. No nickname for the Pokemon, as usual. And now, well, Dialga's diamond is still there. But now, what we're gonna do really quickly is re-enter Mount Coronet, then exit back out onto the Spear Pillar, because doing that results in Palkia appearing from another dimension. On the other side of the rift, it is a fantastically bizarre place. It's Palkia. Of course we're gonna challenge Palkia to a battle. And now the mascot of Pokemon Pearl, it is Palkia, Water Dragon type, pressure for the ability, with the moves, Spatial Rend, Earth Power, Slash, and Heal Block, which it's gonna go for right now. So, they basically have the same movesets except for their own unique moves, replacing each other. So, I'm gonna go for Shockwaves here. Well, yeah, Dragon resists electric, so it shouldn't do too much. It'd be really nice if I could go... Oh, Spatial Rend actually missed. It'd be nice if I could get the paralysis from this Thunderbolt. And also, yes, being that Palkia is a water type, I brought Nest Balls, Net Balls, Nest Balls just for this thing. And it missed again. Wow. Okay then. Well, I'm just gonna keep hitting it with Thunderbolts. Yeah, this thing can't really touch me, not only because Earth Power is ineffective, Slash is ineffective, but Spatial Rend is missing all the time, so that's interesting. I'm gonna lower it down a bit more with Shockwaves now. I was hoping I could get Paralysis with Thunderbolt, but unfortunately that's not the case, and I'm not gonna risk the chance of a critical hit. Okay. Now, this is very risky, because I didn't save before Palkia. I did before Dialga, so if I need to, I can re-challenge Dialga and hopefully catch it into Pokeballs. But hopefully this Shockwave... There we go. Excellent. Alright, and now... Yeah, you know what? We'll just toss Net Balls instead of Ultra Balls to start out with. Why not? 1, 2... 3? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? The first ball! Palkia, the spatial Pokemon, a legendary Pokemon of Sinnoh. It is said that space becomes more stable with Palkia's every breath. You gotta be kidding me. That's insane. That's amazing. I don't think... Can I fly from here? I don't think I can, right? Yeah, I can't fly from here. Alright, so that is going to do it for this episode of the Pokemon Platinum After Game. That took a lot longer than I expected for both of them. Palkia, especially. Well, actually, no, Dialga I think is more shocking just because it only took 2, but nonetheless, that is going to do it for this episode of the Pokemon Platinum After Game. Next time, we don't have anything else to do as far as legendaries. So I think it's about time that we re-challenge the Elite Four at the Pokemon League. So with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.